Oh man, a Dragon Blox Ultimate Rewind, bro. What in the world? That is insane. That is insane. That is insane. Is the mic good, y'all? Making sure the mic is good and ready to go. Let's see if the mic is good to go. And then we'll hop right in. What was was it just trying to remember what was it called real quick. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, hello. I'm trying to look. Okay, we ready to go? Let's do this, y'all. Rewind. Dragon Blox Ultimate Rewind. We're traveling back in time. We're traveling back in time. Let's see. Any servers? There we go. Okay. Here we go. Alright. Tardia, what's up? True Kid, what's up? Kmar, what's up? Long time no see. Sweet Yodo, what's up? Snow Wave, Combat System. Only Lurking, what's up? Only Lurking. What up, y'all? Dope Man, what's up? Oh man, yeah. There it is. Look at that. It's been a minute since we've seen that. Look at that. You even got the new game there. Make sure not to press it. Don't press it. Don't press that new game. That's the deadly thing. Don't press that new game. Don't press it. You don't want to press it. You'll lose all your stuff in the process of that. Man. Now this is a throwback indeed. So the surprising part, because I know I've been hearing it a lot, is that we kept our rebirths. If because I've been hearing that everything was reverted, and I also heard that stats were going to be reverted too, as well as reps. In that case, my reps would have been like what, 28,000 and something. It would have been 28,000 and something. So if that's the case, then I'm assuming that people out there still got those Paris reps, which, ooh, that balance gonna be, oof, ooh. Let's go shake a couple of things up. Oh, let me put my so that way, yeah, that's probably better position right there. Yeah, but I'm trying to remember what was my method. My method was never this. All right, so I did. All right, let's see. First punch. That took me. That's Kyo students. That's Frieza. Now, what's that place over there? I did a sequence of. What do I see over there in the distance? Oh, that was the enemy. Okay, I was wondering. Stats were kept also. Yeah, we've been pretty good. We've been all right. We've been all right indeed. Oh, this is Super Saiyan 2 Goku. That's right. We're at 31,000, so it would change up a little bit. That's right. Look at that. Even the stats. Yeah, it's back to just numbers. No decimals. No nothing. And energy volley. Look at this. Much better. Much better. Because at one point we couldn't even use these, so I probably need to transform and get a little bit stronger. Boom. There you go. Let's go Super Saiyan God. It's gonna be a minute to readjust everything. after all these changes. You just gotta crap back to what? Okay, there we go. Stats were kept. They said that they took them away. To be honest, the game is just better of this way. Okay, they did this. Twisted talk about removing everyone's stats. All forms are back. We got MUI Goku. MUI Goku is the last boss. Cause wait, this also means. Okay, so we stop at Beast. No way. Look at it. Hold on. Now this form I haven't seen in a minute. This was my favorite form. Super Saiyan Blue UI. Just look at that. Yes. It just had a nice, cool look. Look at that. Nice and cool look. That blue and that yellow or gold. Man. Now this looks. Yeah, that's good. No, but I had an all-time favorite. True God of Creation. I know they changed it in the previous updates, right? But now that it's reverted back, this is my favorite form now. Yes. Don't ever change this form. This form is already clean. This form is already clean. Just look at that. That True God of Creation. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. We don't want to change it. We do not. No, no, no. Now it's so much different now, just counting these up. Okay, we had 844 mil. So we need to, yeah. Because it's telling me to go over here, but if everything's reverted back, then this also means that Whis will charge you money now. 15,000 zenny now. So we definitely need to prepare for that. Boom. Alrighty. I think that's 1.7. Let's see. Boom. Boom. It's been a minute. Yeah, 1.7 bill. Nice. Paris rep state, so that's good for me, I guess. That Paris rep is just I'm just telling you that Paris rep really, like, that really hit a number on everybody. That really did a number. I'm telling y'all, that did a number. That did a number on us, man. Ooh wee. It just did a number. Okay. Now we got. Oh man. Look at Bills. It's not overcrowded anymore.
I do.
It's not overcrowded anymore. Simplicity. There it is. Underneath here, there is no Jiren. There is no Jiren. So we pretty much, so now that you think about it, since everybody went back to the past, it's more like a Manhua situation where basically our world traveled back to the past, but my powers remained from the future. so it's like reincarnation. You reincarnated back to the past, except you kept your powers from previous. And I'm like, wait, that pretty much what happened to everybody from the Paris update. Anybody that benefited from the Paris update, they basically got isekai or reincarnated back to this world's past with those stats. Insane. Too insane. That is too insane. Too OP. Too insane. Very OP. Oh, my mastery. I do need to see whether my mastery is still the same. Okay, level 20, 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 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Wait. Hold on. No, yeah, that was 20. Yeah, now that's right. Level 16. Now that's right. Level 20, level 20, level 20, and level 15. So I had two forms that were left in terms of mastery. You had this, and then you had this. Level 16, level 15. Everything else was mastered. Yeah, so everything else still stay. And they just leave it like this, to be honest. You think they should have reset it? Everybody, people were saying they should. Reset it. So I'm wondering, are you talking about revert everybody's stats back to this timeline, or just put everybody to 0? Now we talking about like it'll throw, cause like I said, it'll throw. We'll try Super Saiyan Blue 4, but it'll throw everybody off in terms of like you got the people who have the Paris stats, right? That they are in a world that is like in the past, that has changed a lot. So it's almost like we just went back in time. Yeah, we literally went back in time or something to prepare for something else. Almost like, I have no idea. Let me read my stats. We did 1 Whis and we had 7.2. Usually, would I do 1 Whis or 2 Whis? I think it was 2 Whis, right? I'm trying to remember my method from back then. I'm at 12.6. I'm really trying to remember. You said put everybody back to 0. Square one right off the top. Ooh-wee, that would be something. Because if you think about it, right? Because a lot of people were giving us scenarios. A lot of people gave us scenario, right? So it's like when Paris update happens and then the other updates start happening. Of course, from the perspective of players who played for a very long time, it's a different feeling. Because we had think of it this way. The players that played for a long time, for the many years, were looking at it like, well, this player in the Paris update spent 1 week and is now close to the reps that the person put in that took like many years since the starting of 2020, right? With the exceptions of new bosses and stuff like this. And then on the other hand, you had this other recent situation, right, to where everybody was wondering when this revert like regression happened. Everybody was wondering if everything was going to be regressed back to 10 months ago to what it was before. Now, of course, both sides were like, well, all those hours I put in, and then all those hours they put in on this side and that side. So OG's like, we put in a lot of hours for this many years, and then we got surpassed in the span of this much. Pretty much that's Dragon Ball universe, right? We already know how that goes. That's why we didn't pretty much fuss about it as much. And then on the other side, we're like, should we go back to 0? And I'm like, whoa. I don't know about that one. I don't know. At this point, we do not know. But what we do know is that we regress. And we're about to see what these bosses are doing. We're about to see. Seeing Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 bosses. Let me see. 1, 2. So we at 20.5. Oh yeah! There it is, the rebirth. The rebirth is back. The 1 rebirth is back. 20% XP. We got that back. 20% XP. 20% XP. But nah, I don't think 0 reps though. Nah, not 0 reps. Not 0 rebirths. Nah. Would have been interesting to see how it would have been like if it was actually like reverted back to this current everybody's reps and reverse, but I don't know. Who knows what would have happened? But we are here now. Everybody retains their powers. So in this case in the reverse, our rep requirement is 62.2 billion. All right. And we are at 20.5. Now, of course, the quest marker is giving us suggestion to go Wukong. So this is the new boss. And we got MUI Goku, and I believe the other Goku is over here. So you had Grand Priest UI Omen Goku from Heroes. and then you got MUI Goku over there. So now we finally got MUI Goku, with this being the previous last boss. So they made an addition to the revert, so everything was reverted, but then there was a little bit of an addition of another boss here, which is Wukong. All right, so let's I'm gonna go Super Saiyan Blue UI. Yeah. NJ, what's up, NJ? Put everybody to 0 stats. Stats should have, in my opinion, too much people with quintiles and quads. Yeah, yeah. We ain't stepping foot. If we step foot in the public server, it is over. It is over. People are very strong now, super strong, and they're probably, and in that case, think about it. I don't know if they made adjustments to the speed, but if they didn't make adjustments to the speed, and we have it reverted back to the past speed, that means people are zooming. Ooh-wee, I just realized people are zooming. That speed is insane. People are in the quintillions. If they go even higher than that, they're like, it's like, because already quadrillions alone is moving. So people are like boom, 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 boom. They're like buzzing around. that's that fly. They're on fly mode. That's the fly mode where they just be like fly, land in one spot to another spot. Hooey. Key blast takes more energy than usual. Oh, I see that. Yeah. Okay, we're doing pretty good on okay. Okay. Well, alrighty. It is such a refreshing thing in terms of our Zenny. This is very refreshing to see everything. It feels like everything is like less wait. Hold on. We do need to hop in a public server to see how we check public server. I mean, we check private server, but we need to check the public server to see if it's laggy. All right, we go check public server. We only gotta check for a little bit, and then we are out of there. We already know it's gonna be crowded. Yeah, I think we're good. Ooh, such a refresher to see everything. Did it take everyone's stats? Nope. You're good. I guess I'll punch once. If I punch once, will it take me? Oh, so it take. Oh yeah. I know where this takes me. Yeah, I'd rather go to Kai Fist Master. Whoa. No, that's not Kai Fist Master. Top X Fighter. Quintillion. My goodness, bro. Y'all moving. Yeah, y'all are moving. Y'all are moving. Oh wait. Y'all are moving, man. Now where would this take me? So do I like the update? What's up, Dry? It is a breath of fresh air. I'm gonna just say that. Going back to the past. But this is also different too, because not only did we go back to the past now, we go back to the past with our powers retained. Because I've been hearing whether it was gonna be reverted back to this timeline, or it was just gonna be reverted back or to 0 stats. I've been hearing 0 stats reverted back to timeline, and there it is. I think now we gotta go to private server now. We gotta go to private server now. People don't want nobody to hog over the things, and more importantly now, It's pretty dangerous. It's pretty dangerous in the public servers because now people are running around with quads and quintillions. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. This time it's, in this case, we're in the stat grinder. It looks like stat grinder is gonna have they're gonna have their error right here, because not only they're moving extremely fast, because this is, what is this, 2024 of the Beast update, Beast Gohan update, or yeah, 2024 Beast Gohan update. So that means that the quadrillions was already fast enough as is, but quintillions, or if anybody's even above that, not to mention the people who are in the hundreds of thousands of rebirths that are even higher than max scores, that are still around. Yeah, we traveled back to the past, but just like Trunks, it is not the same. It is the past, but it's a different past we went back to. This past has everybody remembering, oh, like, whoa, we went back in time? Oh, wait, I still got my powers? I still got my 1 million or 300,000 plus rebirths or something like that? Ooh. Wait, I still have my 1 quadrillion, 100 quadrillion, 100 quintillion stats? Okay. I'm moving even extremely fast. I'm like, oh no. It is not safe in public server. It is not safe. Now it may be safe. Now it may be safe in some cases in public server. Like if, of course, you're not like disrupting the boss of another person. Like if that person has that boss, you just gotta let them have it. It's stat grinder's turn now. It's stat grinder's turn. You can't say, I'm a rebirth, and when I rebirth, I'll gradually get faster and faster. That still applies even to this update, but the difference is that it would take much longer because of the amount of stats. Because mind you, we stat grind right now, it takes a long time to get to those trillions, even one quad, even with this amount of rebirths. This amount of rebirths here in this update take a super long time, and I mean months, probably close to a year, to get a 1 quad, or maybe 1 point something quad or something like that. But it will take a lot of months versus what it used to be before, where it just took like a couple hours, or 1 hour or 2 hours. Yeah, it's definitely different. That's why it's stat grinders are winning now right now. But rebirth grinders still have a big advantage if they are very, very, very high. So it still applies, but in this case, stat grinders have more of a better ratio. Yeah, that's the only thing I'll say, because it's definitely different. It's definitely different. Where UI Omen? Yeah, let's go UI Omen. Let's go this. Wait, let's take this off. I'm gonna read the chat real quick. Get Broly. Nice, got Broly here. We can play the game without lag now. That's good though. That's good that we can finally play the game without lag. That is a good thing. It was very refreshing to move around. It's super refreshing now to move around. You say, where's the donation thing? I'm gonna need form. Speaking of forms now, wait, we need to check this shop. Here's what a real test is. We gotta check and see if the shop changed, okay? Oh, 20 rebirths. Wait. I know y'all see it. This right here was not changed. I'm telling you, this needs to change immediately. This right here, 300 rebirths, 1,000 rebirths. I know what y'all thinking. Y'all may be thinking, well, it's 1,000 rebirths. No, no, no. This needs to go back to 1. This needs to go back to 1. 2 OP. Unless using that as compensation to catch up to whatever who you want to catch up to. But in this case, I don't even know. Let's see. Angelic training. So they still... Angelic training. Okay. Angelic training forms. Okay, Zenny, and then faster charge. Okay, some of the stuff is still there. Okay, I'm trying to catch up. People still run around with 100k to 1 million rebirths. It's time to zoom. Michael, what's up, Michael? Son Goku, Kirito, what's up? I remember seeing Alice break the game. If I see him leaving Atlas, say I got 210k from the rebirth glitch. The rebirth glitch. Oh no. Ooh. Macy's transformation requirements. Yeah, I'm at 1 quad right now and I'm zooming around the map. Yeah, that's super fast. Personally at 67.67 quad. I stopped at that. I see. What are some glitch I've found? 5,000 out. Like, wait, what? Yo, what's up? 300. He say he found out abort mission. Like bro. No, you gotta change. You gotta change up on those. You gotta change that shop. Update that shop a little bit. The godly form bug is back. Oh, the stacking thing, right? Hold on, we about to try it out. Bill explain it. They won't remove the godly form bug. They won't remove form stacking this time. Next one up. Form stacking. Ooh-wee. I'm thinking already that the people who are already in the quads and they use form stacking. Oof. If I'm not mistaken, we went. What were some of the available things that were? You had Godly Super Saiyan 2, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, how did it go? Oh wait, I'm supposed to equip it first. My bad. Alright, so let's try this again. Also, it's good to see Godly Super Saiyan 2 again. Alright, so let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there it is. Boom. Okay. Now give me that true God of creation. We'll go mix that true God of creation towards it. Give ourselves a little blue extra lightning right there. Ooh. 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 We sparkling there. How much stats we rocking up here? Now our base stats. We know our base stats are 1 point. Yeah, that's 1.9. We got all boom, boom, boom. Let's go 16.7 bill. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. We sparkling. Look at that. We sparkling. We got a ring right there. We got a whole ring right there. Hair standing up, and we sparkling. Boom. Dripped. That is nostalgia, though. That's nostalgia right there. That is nostalgia. I feel like if they were to add Ego Instinct, make it like a fusion exclusive thing, like one dude has MUI and the other dude has Ego. Yeah, I think Ego. Yeah, it would make sense to do Ego Instinct as a fusion. But I would say, like I said, I really think that in terms of like, because I know, of course, that more than likely we're gonna have like more updates and stuff like that. But what probably would help in terms of like bosses. Now, of course, we have a whole situation with everybody having their powers retained in this current 2024 Beast Gohan update. But besides that, we're gonna leave that to the side over here. I did mention that a while ago. We need to, in terms of our boss scalings, right? The boss scalings and stuff like that. We go like, okay, the highest boss this time was a Super Saiyan Blue UI Gogeta. right? And after that is Goku MUI. All right. So in terms of how we're gonna scale the nets and the nets and the nets of bosses, I'm thinking we need to do it based on worlds and not by bosses. So that way you add just a variety of bosses in that world. King Kai's world. You put, or Supreme Kai's world. Okay, let's do Supreme Kai's world. Okay, Supreme Kai's world. Boom. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Kid Buu, and Mystic Gohan. 3 bosses. There you go. It could be a small, like I said, small server style. Small server style. Just about the same size as Bill's planet. It doesn't need to be like no map. No Earth map. It doesn't need to be like no Earth map. It can be just the same size as Bill's planet, right? You got basically everything is all in one place. Boom. So there you got it. Supreme Kai right here. Future Trunks map. Because I know everybody, Future Trunks map now. You can't go wrong with Future Trunks. So you got Zamasu. You got Goku Black. You got Trunks. And then you got Fuse Zamasu. 4 bosses. Future Trunks map. Boom. There's a world right there. So you got 2 worlds already. Boom. Already looking like some good content. Also, thumbnail. The thumbnail. When we find a thumbnail, so that way when people see that, oh, Dragon Ball Ultimate had an update, so boom, you see the update, the title change, and then you see GFX thumbnail or something like that. It shows the worlds and stuff like that. But I'm thinking that should be like the next thing in terms of like how we scale the bosses moving forward. Cause like I said, I don't even know what I was saying. But like I said though, that scaling would do well, so that way there's no confusion in terms of like the bosses. So like one day you put, okay, we'll go put Zycor. And I think but why would we put Zycor there? We have Beerus and Whis there, so how's the scaling go? So instead of it being individuals, we put it based on worlds. So the world is gonna each world you go to, it gets harder and harder. So this world is much harder than this world. Boom and boom. So that would be much easier. And then they don't have to be super big too. They can just be a small type of server that'll set like how many people to not make it lag in a public server? Would it be like maybe 5, 6, 7? You have 5, 6, 7, and maybe 7 or 6. I don't know. Anything that won't make it too laggy, right? Because I don't think most people want it laggy. But I'm guessing when it first releases, you know, everything's opened up a little bit. Everybody like hanging around a little bit. Then we like, okay, there's a lot of people here. Let's dim down the numbers a little bit. Boom, boom. The hype is a little bit subsided. So now we just going through. But anyway, let's keep it going. All right, what we got? Stacking horns and blocking while flying. Speaking of, this always been in the game, has it? That yeah, this, right? That's always been in there, right? This right here. See, I'm just still in block mode, and you can move fast. So I'm assuming this has been in the game, like this still here, right? This been there, right? This been there. Just making sure, because I haven't really checked the block glitch. So you defend yourself. So it is a good method to use to defend yourself. Going against powerful bosses, this method right here, pretty useful, very useful. Vigorous, whacking or not, get on the VIP. I'm gonna actually start grinding this game. Alright, I'm gonna add you then. In that case. Wait, I'm gonna have to add you on my other account. Because it was my other account that put me in the in this private server. Let me do that real quick. So while you do that, let me go on down, then infuse it into Ultra Ego. Auto sits, go suggest in the suggested do it, they'll most likely read it. Future trumps would be amazing. Weird change the thumbnail, don't worry. Nice. Are you talking about as a suggestion? Yeah, because I had that I had that feeling for a while though, to put to make the worlds like, and to know, like, make the world scale instead of the individuals. It just leaves more room for bosses to be added, content to be added, and it doesn't need to be like ginormous, like big or something like that. Just need to have the intent there, like the collapse building and the future trunks map. All right, let me see. No, I don't think that's you. That's another MSU. Is that right? Is that another MSU? Just give me 1 second, y'all. Well, yeah, I think we've been chilling. It's this one. So let me configure that. Huh. That's weird. I keep forgetting that another person is also named like MSU, and every time I try to like, it gets in the way when I'm trying to find you. You still there, right? MSU. It's weird. Yeah, just give me a second and then we'll get started back. Oh, it's two V's. I always be hooey. I don't know why I keep always forgetting. 2 V's. Even though the unable to add. Hold on. I don't know why that is. It says unable to add. It's weird. Okay. I'll see if I can look in. I'm gonna see what's going on with my other account then, in that case. Kevin, hello, WAP to the game update. What's up, Kevin? So in this update, everything was reverted back into Beast Gohan update. The whole game, including Earth and Bills. As you can see, Bills is much different now. Bills is basically back to 2024. Now, the difference here is that we travel back in time. However, everybody's stats that they gain from Paris up to whatever it was of June of basically of July, whatever that we gained yesterday, is taken back. It is still with us. We still have those stats. As you can see, we have our 31,000. Otherwise, in this case, I would accurately be at 28,000 and some rebirths. So that means that everybody that has hundreds of thousands of rebirths, or 1 million rebirths, or 100 quadrillion, or 100 quintillion, all that, everybody has that now. And so that means that, and then if you think about it, the speed on top of that is tremendously fast. Because the speed in 2024 was fast for just one quad. So now you got people buzzing around like this, like that, in public server. So boom. give you a better look at it, so that way it'd be much what I do need to keep track to in terms of my Zenny. When do I rebirth in terms of my Zenny? That is a good question. Yeah, here we go. Got one more rep, and then, well, not one more rep, but one more pulse right here. Okay, now that's another thing. Now the game passes. Unfortunately, if I'm looking at this correctly, the forms go up to beast form. Everything is reverted back to its normal. Even the special game pass forms all go up to Blanco. That means that the time breaker, what else? What else? That means that the corrupted forms, the time breaker form, all have been are not in the game. Basically, those two are not in the game. Anything you made a purchase of, like at least the Game Pass form purchase. So things, yeah. Oofy oof. No. My robots are not back. They are not back. They are not. So I'm wondering what's going to be the next step in in terms of that. But if not, then oofy oof indeed. I checked the settings, it's all good. Apparently, Sacred Bow said people with 300 to 1 million will be getting reset to 10K. What is going to be the okay, if that's going to be up to 10K, then what's going to, I would say, if we are doing this and then they're being set to 10K, then what? I don't have the question right now, but I'll get back to it later. Cause I have the question, but I'm trying to word it in a way. More about the stat grinders in like a few months. People are going to be grinding reps again. I must have my old stuff. So having the game is back to normal. Furthest in the newer updates. The newer updates. Now, the Earth map, for sure. Now, see that we're back. We're basically, everything is back to where it was in 2020 and 2024. In terms of the Earth map, everything is pretty much back to yeah, I punch once and then I go here. Yeah. Everything's back from there, but man, oh man. And it's less laggy as well. People were saying in public servers, those are good in public servers, less laggy in public servers. Yeah, because your alt account has 1,000 reps. Ooh-wee. Yeah, it definitely is different. Yeah, we travel back in time, but things are slightly different. Things are slightly different. Can you do the glitch? What glitch? Oh, let me go to Bill's planet first. You're talking about the forms. What form should I try out next now? Let me try out Mystic. No, not Mystic. I'm not talking about regular Mystic, by the way. I'm talking about another Mystic. Check out the another form glitch. Raid bosses. I don't know how that will. And you're not talking about raid bosses in turn. Wait, hold on. Before we even get to raid bosses, I got one that will probably, because I know most people are happy about this, but people can now PvP now. There used to be a thing to where it was too laggy. not only was it too laggy in public servers, but also PvP was according to the PvP community wasn't like you know, like playable in some ways, because it was like something was it, maybe it was too laggy, too buggy, I don't know. But now everything is reverted back. But this comes to my next idea that will surely do well. This will do well. PvP mode. I'm telling you right now, PvP mode in DBU. PvP mode. I'm telling you, PvP mode. I'm telling you right now, PvP mode. Can't go wrong with that. Matchmaking, boom. Players fight, arena, same stats. You got like an intermission of time to get your stuff ready, and then you say, all right, I got my moves ready. You type in that ready, boom, boom, and then boom, just like that. Everybody get started to fight. Oh yeah, someone asked me for the thing, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. So let's go ahead and get Godly Super Saiyan 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Boom. Alright, so we got the first thing down. And Mystic Kaioken. What that looks like. Ooh. Ooh. Mystic Kaioken. Okay. Okay. Mystic Kaioken and the Godly. They should make the top and then have a PvP mode. I was thinking like on the main menu screen you see play now, and you don't, and the new game is kind of crossed out, and instead that's replaced by PvP mode. So you have PvP mode, you click on that, and then you're matchmake into anybody else who wants to do PvP mode. Then you be in an intermission to where you pick whatever you're gonna use to fight that person, with the exception of some like banned moves that are, you know, too OP, or if you want to use all moves, then I guess that's fine too, but the match will be quick in a second. So you have to pick types of moves that are like boom, everybody has the same stats. There's no increase, everybody's capped at the same stats, and then they can just fight fairly, boom, and then it can go from there. It'll keep it. I'm telling you, it'll have a lot of players, like, I'm telling you, it'll get everybody busy. Everybody will be busy doing some PvP in there. They will be doing PvP in there. I'm telling you, that right there is going to do well. That is going to do well. 100%. 100. Ah. I don't know why I keep messing. There we go. Ah, there we go. That took a minute. Oh, good though. How much am I doing? Like just a little bit? Yeah, that PvP mode would do wonders. It does feel different that the energies are back to its normal speed, but it is good though, because energy volley used to not work at all, so this is pretty good to see it like that. Yeah, they're saying they're having to fight their lifetime. difficult to watch them. Yeah, they're moving around. They're zooming. Oh, this person broke me out of my stamina. There we go. Keep doing this. Boom. There we go. Yeah, we're closing in. Oh, the VIP thing. Okay, there you go. You're good. You're good now. Kim, what's up? What's up? What up? What up? What up? But yeah, you should be good. You should be good, MSU. Nice. What's up, Kim? 2002. DB is has the breathable and is no longer in the laggy state. This feels weird for me to come back to the game. Oh, but hey, I prefer this. Yeah, because like I said, because everybody's kept their stats, so everybody should be pretty good. Everybody has their stats. Everybody has their hundreds of thousands, millions, however many rebirths. However many rebirths the person's gained. It's less laggy than it was previously. Just less laggy than it was previously. We wanted an update and then we went back to where it all began. Okay. Seal, what's up? Dragon Blox Ultimate. Hello, 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 hello. I have been thinking it for a minute, but I do need to get up to max. I do need to get to max power level in Dragon Ball Final Remastered. I'm like close. I still haven't moved an inch. Might do it someday, but we'll see though. Be sure to leave a like indeed, y'all. Leave a good old like. Like the stream if y'all enjoyed the revert back to the 2024 Beast Gohan update. Beast form, basically. Yeah. Trying to go past one quiet now. 2 months at least. Yeah, like I said, there's like, for the people who are already in the quads and quintillions, they can actually stay there if they want to, and then they'll be at a lot of stats. But once they rebirth, the progression that it takes to get those stats again will be different. Now that will be different. And of course the rebirth's gonna feel a little bit different, because everybody was used to just hopping in and then boom, rebirth like that. Oh, probably should have prepared a little bit more. Ah, whoa, not so fast. Oh, wait. Oh, I did that wrong. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I was too early. What is going on with my timing? 1, 2, 5. There we go. What does Beast look like with it like that? That's right. I don't think we ever did a Beast one with the mitts. Alrighty, got the sparkles. $121 quadrillion base, but I can't grind any more stats. Only get like at this new boss. Yeah. So for the people who have a lot of stats, yeah, you got a lot of stats, but in order to gain like more and more stats, it'll take a very, very long time, especially if you got the stats at like, I'm telling you, even if you got a whole lot of stats with 20 something thousand or 30,000 rebirths and you try to gain more stats, nah. No, it's not. It's gonna be a nightmare, a real nightmare if you try to grind the stats. So you either keep 121 quadrillion base, which is pretty good, pretty insane, with you zooming around, or rebirth. And once you rebirth, well, you're gonna get used to 2024's version of that rebirth grind, with that 20% and one rebirth, just one rebirth. So when it's time to rebirth, one rebirth, 20% SP. Not multi. Not multi. No, not multi this time. So you gotta pick. You gotta choose as to whether you want. What do you want? Rebirthing or power and speed. Remember how long it took Tempo to reach one quad? Yes, I remember. He said I remember what he said after he hit that. He said never again. And that was at 20,000 rebirths. 20,000 rebirths. I'm telling y'all. telling y'all, no, don't want to do it. He said never again. Even I'm telling y'all, I'm like, at 31,000 rebirths, I'm not grinding to one quad. No, I know how long that's gonna take a long time. and this update, yeah, that is gonna take a very long time. So, no, just instant no. Gonna need a ton of rebirths if you want to get the stats quickly. Destruction, that's right. Wait, we still... No, this been in the game. Yeah. Spirit Barrage, and then Gods. Where it at? Yeah, it's Destruction. Oh yeah, I have a Spirit. What was it? Soul Punisher. Yeah. It is refreshing though that you can instant like teleport to Bill's there, and you don't have to do the reset twice. That's something that I'm sure a lot of people I'm sure that's something that a lot of people enjoy. I'm sure the buildings work too. Let's go ahead and try that out. See, we get some stats from Broly. I don't know why I'd be just ready to go in. There we go. Boom. Said oofy oof. Be nice if they do a one-day throwback to the 2019 map. Now I have no idea how this would pan out or play out in terms of... I'm not talking about what you was talking about, King, but I'm talking about something else that I was thinking about. What do you think? Tell me. I'm actually curious as to what you guys think about this. What do you think would happen if they brought back, if they remove the no stat requirements and the percentage that you have to put on the bosses? I remember back in 2020, the reaction of everybody when stat requirements were the thing, when stat requirements were added to bosses, and the percentage. Because usually when you rebirth, you go straight to the last boss, and then you go in, get a hit, move out of the way, and the person comes in, boom.
Yeah, they talking about parts and instances.
What y'all think? Y'all think that will bring back a lot of people? Or you think, nah. No way. He's like, nah. Says stat boss requirements. All I can say is that I remember our reaction when we saw the new Earth map update in 2020. Everybody was excited because we was in the clan. Everybody was excited. We was in the Order of Black Knights clan. We were excited for the new update. We saw Super Saiyan God go Vegito, and we were all excited. We was like, yeah, there we go. And then Vegito came, Vegito was released, right? Vegito Super Saiyan God was released, and we was like, oh, okay, let's go. And then usually it was me and Dad _ I Smurf, because we always grind together. We always grinded together post stat requirement. But when that stat requirement was added, everybody's face was like, what? We can't go in? No. And I don't think I've seen the multiple other people. Yeah. It went kind of down from now on. Yeah. Man, oh man.
Oh, let's go.
Delonte, long time no see. The nostalgia is here, Cobra. The nostalgia is here. The nostalgia is here. The nostalgia is here. How did I forget to do some buildings this time? we're gonna go back to Earth so we can destroy some buildings, because I was just about to do that until I got distracted. Oh, let's destroy some buildings first. We have to test and see what the buildings look like. I'm gonna switch the phone real quick. My iPad stat boss. Yeah, I remember that guys with 1K trying to fight Broly. It was the reason why I say it was a good thing back then is because it had teamwork. It had like you had people like.
Well, I barely have any.
It was like, oh, you're new to the game. Oh, well, all you gotta do if you want to get rebirths, just I'll help you out. I'll help you out. I'll carry you. So just join here. So go on ahead and get your hit, and then run away as fast as you can, and then let me get the hit. Boom, like that. So boom, there you go. Especially if you were a stat grinder. If you were a stat grinder, the way that the clan system set it up was like in the clan you had someone who was a stat grinder. It was like, all right, I'm about to grind Broly. Broly was the highest boss at the time, so I'm about to grind Broly. So if y'all trying to get some rebirths, y'all go ahead and come on in. So everybody would go on in there. Everybody would get their hit, run away, one hit, one away, one hit, one away, and then boom. That was pretty solid. Those were pretty solid. I'm telling you, the reason why I say that worked a lot because the players, especially the new players, would see this method and be like, oh, this method's pretty good. And then they would get their other friend to join in that game. More people to join in that game. More people join in that game. More people join in that game. And here I'm about to go into Whis again because I'm getting distracted. Alright, let's try this again.
Alright, bro, I'm in a 4, I'm on a whole nother stage.
God bless. Here we go. Let's try it. Oh, here we go. Wow. Okay. Look at that. Smooth. No lag. No lag. No lag. We gotta go to Broly now. What's up, Delonte? Long time no see. Nostalgia ODB is back. Also, it's me, Lucas, by the way. Oh, what's up, Lucas? We got Lucas up in here. There we go. There we go. You already know I had to hit the one-liner. You already know I had to hit that one-liner. That one phrase. We got Lucas up in here. Let's see. Apparently, WhatsApp said people will be reduced to 10K. Not reps, just stats. Okay, so we'll still have the millions of that means we'll have a lot of people up there in the yeah, that means that the rare, yeah, that means that the scaling will definitely be different than before. But I wonder now comes the real part with the continuation of the players still play, even though everything's a little bit different. The games are different. It's no longer like quick. I would say it's no longer quick as the previous ones because those were instant quick. But it's still kind of quick for some people who are higher, very high in reverse. But now it just really comes down to preference, even though it's slowed down a little bit. So it's really, I'm really curious to see how that turns out. Raid bosses, be interesting. And which one, similar to the Goku Black one, or just like a different type of raid boss? Not the previous. Are you talking about like a different entirety, or are you talking about similar to the I don't know which update that was that had it, but it was one of the updates. I remember trying to read Broly XP from other players from public server. Yeah, and they will bomb you when they see you trying to get a quit stats. Yeah, you usually have two different types. You have the people that be like, all right, come on in, and then you have the other personnel just like, nah. So you're hoping that the old DBU was back. It did make things more smoother now because the current DBU, it was laggy. It was like in private servers, it was a little okay, but in public servers you couldn't even like, it was too laggy. It was definitely laggy. So that was one thing that that was a major, like, a concern. It was too laggy. Yeah, it was too laggy. Oh, and think about it. The games, the rebirth games right here, right now, It's 2 XP it's 2 XP by the way, if I'm not mistaken. It is 2 XP. Once that 2 XP goes away, it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit for everybody. I forgot all about that. It's 2 XP right now, y'all. So it's gonna hit differently when it comes in. I was gonna do the form thing, but nah, I'm good. I'm gonna do one more of these. Something new? Okay. So it is something new with the raid bosses. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting. Let's see. My method usually was Wukong all the time. Yeah, this method was very efficient. This gave me 500. Wait, no. Doesn't give that. I keep forgetting that the quest doesn't say what you really gain. It says what you gain at 0. Forgot that's changed too. We're at 36. Yeah, 36. So the game's gonna get popular again. Trust. I'm just like I said. We'll wait. We'll when it drops, it drops. When it drops, it drops. In this case, it dropped, but we went back. We went back in time. So in this case, where we're at in terms of players. We're doing pretty good. 207. So we did get restored. Like there was some restoration right there. There was some restoration. And plus, it's pretty much nighttime. So when the day comes back, we'll start to see what everybody's feeling like when tomorrow hits. See what everybody's feeling like when tomorrow hits, and then go from there. Comes down to consistency and discipline. This version of DBU requires a lot of patience, unlike the quick games newer players are accustomed to. Yes, but in this case, they have their new Okay, so think about it. They have their new rebirths. Okay, so the people who greatly, and when I mean greatly benefited off of Paris system and all the updates that gave you like a lot of rebirths. So now you're gonna have to get accustomed to dialing it back, because what used to be like this in terms of like rebirth games is now gonna just be a little bit dialed back, just a little bit, because in terms of the time in DBU, pretty much the higher you are, the harder it gets because we're using this method. This method still exists. The higher you are, the harder it gets to rebirth quick at a certain speed pace. Because at this range, our speed here should be maybe five. Is it 5? Either 4 or 5 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, just a regular rebirth. When we find our real rebirth, I think it's gonna be 4 or 5 minutes in terms of this. Maybe 4 or 5 minutes in this one. I'm not sure of how long it would take, but the reason why I'm saying is that you would need a ton of rebirths in order to have a real big change. And then on top of that, you have 15,000 Zenny to enter into Bill's planet. So already that's time right there that you need to gain. So even if you're ready to go, you see now that it really comes down to, it's really going to be a test. It's really going to be a test for a lot of players, but most players are going to be pretty thumbs up about it because they already got the rebirths all the way up. But if they got so used to it, to the stat game and the rep game of how quick everything was, and they're not used to this one, especially because it's a 2 XP right now, and when that 2 XP goes off and it's just normal, it's gonna hit real different. It's gonna hit really different. It's gonna hit real different. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm doing it. I don't even know. I don't even know why. PDG since still playing DBU. No, I'm checking out. I'm checking out what recently happened. Everything's been reverted. So just to give you an update, we went basically this update that happened right here, right now, of this update that they just had for the update of DBU. Everything was returned back to 2024 Beast Gohan update. We went back in time. So here we are. We are checking out everything. We have the Earth map back again. Everything looks nostalgic. Yeah, the stat game will be different, but they will have their rebirths and stuff retained and stuff like that. So, I do want to see if there's a way to do I would say a top 10. What do y'all think of a top 10 official DBU leaderboard? And I'm not talking about by fans. I'm talking about by the group thing. Like just 10 or 5. Top 5, top 3, however it goes. You have your top 3 or your top 5 or your top anonymous or so. But most people would disagree with that because most people want to stay anonymous. But it is what, like I said, it's pretty much gonna probably be like that. But I was thinking, yeah, top 5 or top 10 or top 3. Nothing higher than that. So that way we see, all right, so who is the number 1 of the game in this area right here. Okay, I don't have enough City. Yeah, see that we don't have enough City. Now I'm talking about future references. Of course, right now everything is pretty all over the place because of the millions of rebirths. One look at the million rebirths, you'll see 1M. Let's see. Hold it on Friday game again. The DB players were at 88. The last time I checked, when the game didn't get a rewind. What's that? Mark symbol at the bottom right of your screen. Shift block. No, that came with that's part of Roblox. It's part of Roblox, like question mark. I'm surprised that most of y'all, do y'all not have this? Do y'all not have this question mark here on the desktop version? I don't know if it shows on mobile or not. I wonder. See, you can look at it. See, you can see it disappeared, but it shows here. But it shows here for DBU as well. Say for the Microsoft Store, not Google. This ain't, but this is Roblox Player, not Roblox. Because I know there's Roblox Microsoft that you can get, but then there's Roblox Player. Also, my alt account rebirths were at 200, but now it's at 1.1k. Nice. That's nice alt account indeed. Probably won't get any hard bosses for a long while. It's like just using a website on Google and not the app. Oh, okay. So I did one of those. Man, it's refreshing to see this form again. Super Saiyan Blue UI. Super Saiyan Blue UI and definitely a true god of creation. Gonna get my main account back on August 2nd. It's 4.6K rebirth. It could have been much higher. Yeah, like I said, anybody that benefited from the previous updates, especially Paris one, they'll have a lot of rebirths. Ooh, a lot. I totally didn't grind out to 14.6K from 3. A good old jump, indeed. The 5-digit round. What's it? Oh. Punch once. Makes things easier. Added MUI Goku. Indeed. They add MUI Goku. Pretty solid. Pretty solid and a good placement. Good placement of putting MUI Goku. Wonder how they would go forward now with the game. Maybe all the updates before was a test run to see if the game can grow or not. I don't know, but at least now we can just see how things turn out in the future. How we move forward is going to be the biggest question, but more importantly, when it drops, it drops. That's the important thing. When it drops, it drops. When it drops, it drops. Kind of hoping that the devs will focus on the weak players, like make different worlds for them. Well, like I mentioned earlier about the worlds in terms of like I guess it can either be your idea in terms of making worlds for the players that got started, or making different worlds based on and rescaling the bosses to be make the scaling based on the worlds instead of the bosses itself. Makes things easier. So if anybody wanted to travel to the world, they can go to those worlds. Now if it's too strong, it's too strong. But if they wanted to see it, just see it, then they can see it. Or if this world is like at a different, you got Planet Namek, you got who'd you have? You have a lot of NPCs in Planet Namek, not gonna lie. You have Kui, Zarbon, Dodoria, you have the Ginyu Force. You basically have the Ginyu Force there too. You have the whole Ginyu Force. Then you'll have final form. I guess you'll have like there'll be first form Frieza at a different spot, and then final form Frieza would be at another type of island in Planet Namek, because Planet Namek is going to be pretty just pretty big, but not too big, right? Not too big, not at all. Planet Namek is going to probably have like Frieza, final form, Super Saiyan Goku, and then Vegeta. Then you're gonna have Vegeta, the version after their mini Zenkais. Yeah, Super Saiyan Goku in there. The idea sounds pretty. The idea sounds pretty good, just to add like content there. But like I said, it'll make sense if it was based off of worlds in terms of scaling. So that way, it's more enjoyable for players to be like, okay, boom, 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 and boom. There's this world here, this world there, this world there, this world there. Pretty nice and pretty solid. True data creation. Okay. They should take updates slow and put a lot of work into each one. Yeah. That's another thing. Yeah. Like I said, in terms of updates, and I've said this at the beginning, but we indeed have the patience because we waited a year for an update. We waited 2 years for an update. We didn't know when an update was happening. Now we experience updates for 10 months throughout the course of 10 months that I don't know how many months I don't know, 10 plus months, however 10 plus months of updates, but the only drawback to those updates is that there was always something. There was either a bug, a bit of lag, it didn't like whatever that was added didn't fit with the DBU and was too broken. A bug happened to where people benefited from it. Especially the grade 8. There are a lot of people who got a ton of reverse from the grade 8, if I'm not mistaken. Only DBU is missing is those long animated transformations. Well, it should be. I guess if that was going to be added, it probably should be optional, because you don't want to be in the middle of fighting somebody and then you go into a whole transformation, and then by the time it's done, you're already in pieces, ready to respawn at another spot. Then you try to transform again, and you're in the same transformation, like the animation and stuff like that. And then somebody like doing a high power rush move and not letting you get out. And we have Frieza as like a raid boss on Namek with multiple stages. So are you gonna play DBU again, Chris, or not? If you're talking about like seriously in the scale of like competitively, no, I don't think so. But we can like there's gonna be maybe some streams here and there, but I am planning on doing something in terms of like if there's some videos to be made, then yeah. But I don't know about streaming in terms of competitive. Like if we're talking about like off streaming grinding, no, definitely not. Streaming it, maybe we'll see. If some people like it, then we'll keep it going as a motivator factor. But in terms of grinding to compete, no, I'm solid. People got hurt. People retained their stats. I'm like, nah, I don't think I want to do that. I don't think I want to compete. Those days are good. Say like that guy in DBFR. Yeah. And the Goku Black, I think what was it? Goku Black raid boss. Because they now have DBFR. I think they have like space now. They had Earth. I think Earth, Namek, Otherworld, and space. Now, when you go into space, you can go to the shop and then buy a space pod. And then when you buy the space pod, you can use it as a vehicle, and then your flight is much faster to travel between planet to planet. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool thing that I saw. You said, yeah, it would be an option, like a quick version of the beast form transformation. Yeah. Like you're doing a whole charge up animation scene, and just somebody hits you with it, like with the beast cannon. Yeah, the short version. Oh wait, I don't know why. You said, why is the Sky and Bills Planet red? Huh? Hold on, maybe I missed it. Probably didn't look up. Probably should check and see. So Ghoulie, what up, what up, what up? Yo, yo, yo. So how long much gonna be streaming for? About 30 more minutes. And then we'll go wrap it up from there. We were checking out the revert update for Dragon Blox Ultimate. Everything from up to Beast Gohan, up to the new Earth map update and the Jiren Ultra, all those forms, all those bosses, they have been reverted back. We basically went back in time with our stats retained and rebirths. But this also means that everybody's gonna feel that rebirth kick in. The gangs of the rebirth, all those rebirths go kick in now. It's gonna feel different now versus how fast it was. The 24-hour live stream, no, not 24. No. 24, I don't know. I have no idea for 24. Like I said, even though we return back in time, things are still different. Things are still a little bit different, even though we went back in time. Very refreshing. We can move very smoothly. But man, oh man. You said, Chris, how would you feel if they did a rewind, but they reset it everyone's rails? Would you still play or no? It depends on what they move forward, to be honest. If it's still the same, I don't know. I don't think so, unless of course. Now it really comes down to, because in this case, in this situation right here is also kind of an issue too, because we went back in time, but everybody retains their stats and their rebirth. So everybody is probably in public servers running around with quadrillions, quintillions, just zooming around. Everybody's buzzing around, like, right, buzzing around. It's gonna become, I think it's gonna become an issue soon, based on because everybody's so used to what the rebirths was so quick, right? I don't think they're gonna get used to how everything moves forward, because rebirth, how long it takes for you to rebirth, or stat grinding, especially stat grinding, because even though the people are in the quintillions and quadrillions, if they try to grind more, that'll be a nightmare. That will be a nightmare. Doesn't matter how much rebirths you got, unless you are just in the hundreds of thousands. But even if you are in the hundreds of thousands, it probably pales in comparison to what you used to get in the previous update, which was probably, like, yesterday, before this update. So that's going to be an issue soon. People are going to be like, wait, I put 2 and 2 together. I may be super strong right now, but if I try to get more stats, it's gonna take a super long time. It's gonna take me years to get to so and so. 100%, it will take you years to get to so and so, because it's back to its original stat game. And then on top of that, it's 2 XP right now. So once that 2 XP goes away, oh, you will be feeling it. You'll be feeling it now. that rebirth, you'll be like, ooh. That stat, ooh, the game's not gonna be looking too good. It's not gonna be looking too good. Everybody gonna be feeling it. But I am. It is a relief though that we have reverted back to the old map and everything there, because it was laggy and not as playable especially in public servers. So that is a good thing. But in terms of how the power scaling is for everybody, ooh, it's kind of shaky right now. So even if everybody started back at 0, I don't know how that would have turned out really, because you had that conversation. You had the conversation of whether everybody starts back at 0 or we revert it back, right? But then all your stats are back to that timeline. But we're in the third option. This option now is the part where we went back in time and we still have our stats and our rebirths. So in this case, it is pretty much a thumbs up pretty much for almost everybody. Only downside would be is that, oh, I want to gain more stats. Well, it's going to take a long time to hit those particular type of stats. Well, I got a bunch of rebirths now. Well, it's going to be a lot slower than it was previously in terms of your gains, and it's not going to be multi-rev either. It's just going to be one rev. So it's kind of going to hit everybody, but most people are probably going to be satisfied with the rebirth of having like hundreds of thousands, millions of rebirths. That's, I ain't gonna lie, that's too much. That's a lot, but it's there. It is a lot though, but it's there. Oh, Aaron. Oh, you can't right now? Hold on. All right. But yeah, that's that. But everybody back at 0. I don't know. Really, like I was mentioning before about the map thing, right? One thing that can probably get people to like really, and I mean a lot of people to play. PvP mode. PvP mode. Equal stats. Fighting. PvP mode. Another thing. In terms of boss scaling, instead of boss scales, world scales. Earth, Future Trunks map, Namek, Supreme Kai, Turnaround Power map, this map. All these maps are going to be based on the scaling. Planet Yardrat, anything based on scales. The scale is going to be based on characters. The scale is not going to be based on characters, but instead worlds. That can fit some things there. PvP mode, and then reverse swapping the scalings. Instead of bosses, worlds. And more worlds in this case. And what was the last one? I know I said it earlier, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I went through all of those 31,000 on 2. But if you're an OG player, then you'd be. Wait, what? What are you talking about? It'll be interesting to see the newer players' reactions. 2 XP didn't go away at all these past weeks. No. Well, it was at 3 XP at one point, and then it changed back to 2 XP. So it's not a good thing to always have it on. It's not a good thing to always have the XP on all the time. Otherwise, you get accustomed to it. You will 100% get super accustomed to it. That'll feel like normal. And then when normal XP hits, then you're like, what happened? What? Or what? Yeah, you'll go in that mode. Then it'll really be trouble. Yeah, you definitely don't want that. What's up, Underboss? Checking out Chris about DBU. Just getting worse and worse. Actually, they reverted it back to 2024. So no progressional updates. More like a revert update. We went back in time in this case. We went back in time. With a slight alternate change, and that being that everybody has retained their stats in reverse. So people with quadrillions and quintillions and anything above that are now zooming around the map. But if they rebirth, more than likely, like I said, you have some people who keep their stats. But yeah. But this version is better in terms of like, because it's less laggy now for everybody. It's much smoother than it was ever before. You can use energy volleys. You can use a lot of stuff now. It's better than it was previously, because at one point it was just, you couldn't even be in public servers. You literally had to be in a private server if you at least wanted to be there. And then your transportation to bills, right? Usually you would have to reset twice, but this time it's been reverted back to when it costs money for Whis. Speaking of, that probably was Whis that took us back in time, except that we had our stats and stuff retained. Sort of emoji, and kind of honestly, I could start watching your streams and playing DBU in like 2028, 2021. Nice. Old DBU is back. TwitSP was always on. Is there still hope about being the strongest in DBU while you need to compete with the auto farmers? I'm good, Rush. I'm not gonna go back to competing to become the strongest, especially if everybody's stats and rebirths are still retained and stuff like that. Nah. I'm good. No. We're not doing that. No. Trying to strive to become the strongest in DBU after. Now we did revert back, and we're like, yeah, thumbs up, pretty good, right? But the only issue with that is that we all have our stats from what we benefited off of that, especially Paris again. I don't, because I wasn't present at that time, and I wasn't present at that time when people's what it lasted for 1 week, and people are getting 1,000 rebirths a day is insane, dude. It is insanity. I don't know how. But they benefit off of that. But that big of a gap now, and where people have 200,000, 300,000, 1 million. Nah. I'm not even interested in the number one spot now. Nah, I'm good. We chilling. We are chilling. No, not even close. Y'all can have it. Y'all compete. If you go on ahead. We're good. I'm chilling. I'm sitting this one out. Hundo. Yeah, the form stacking bug is back. Yeah, we went back in time, but we still have a progression, still a W. Alright, so what do we call this chapter of arc of DBU? The world plunged into chaos and the super Dragon Balls were used to be inverted. The crisis. I would say this was more of a, we got the world got reincarnated back to 2024, but all the players went back with the world, but retained their powers in the process. So it would be, what anime would that be, or what manga would that be? The world reincarnated, but our powers retained. Yeah. The world reincarnated, but our powers retained. It reincarnated 10 months back. Yeah. I got more Zenny than what I needed. Could make it to where some boss areas make it where you're locked to one form in that specific boss area. Let's see. I can't go to Bill's Planet because my Zenny reset to 0. We'll just grind a couple bosses. Wait, so I'm cooked if I rebirth. Hold up. Wait, what? A day? What do you mean? Yeah, underboss. If you're not mistaken, so there was an event that happened, and people call it the Paris update. I think this was around when a new map was at that time. Not the new map of yesterday, not that map, but the before map of that, right?
Right.
And then Paris was the developer at the time, or whichever one of the positions it was, right? Whichever one. Whatever it was called, the Paris rebirth. Like, you know, like it was called the Paris update, to which people were getting updates like that. It lasted for 1 week, but people were getting thousands of rebirths. Boom, 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 boom. The scaling went up, but it wasn't just that update. Everything that moved forward from there, especially with the multi-rebirths being added and stuff like that, people were getting rebirths non-stop. So now you got the scaling was all over the place. Now you got people with probably hundreds of thousands of rebirths now, 500,000 rebirths, 800,000 rebirths, 1 million. Yeah, the scaling is pretty like all over the place, and then on top of that, it was a lot laggy. It was very laggy. Everything was laggy. Public servers were kind of unplayable. So now we went back in time. This update was us going back in time. The world being reverted back to 2024, a Beast Gohan update. And so we're like, oh, okay, nice, good. Oh, but wait, there's more. So you remember your stats and rebirths that you had, right? You still keep them. So that means that anybody that had quadrillions, quintillions, all of that stuff, yeah, go on ahead, buzz around the map. Y'all can move super fast. Did y'all forget? Remember, this is 2024 Earth map and everything. That means that the speed is back. That means you can move, because remember, 1 quadrillion was like zooming. But now guess what? You're in the hundreds of quadrillions. You're in the hundreds of quintillions. So now you're just like that. Oh no. You tell me. But the good news is we got some nostalgia in terms of everything is much cleaner. Besides the scaling, besides the power scaling of players, let's move that to the side real quick. We do have, everything is much cleaner now. Everything is much cleaner. You can use energy volley. You can use majority of your moves now. All the bosses, there's no, Bill's Planet is no longer like crowded anymore. So you're good in that part. Now it's a disaster in one part, but there's one that's pretty good in another part. So you got everything restored. Earth, Bill's Planet, everything pretty much restored well. It's just you have a one really big drawback there. I hope they make more forms with passives. I just hope they don't focus on one-sided forms. Got to make forms for a good side too. If you really try, you could attain 5K in one day in that Paris. There it is. Like I said, I only know just a little bit of it. But King pointed out you could have gotten 5K rebirths in that Paris update. Hoo-wee. I'm telling you, that Paris update changed everything. That Paris update tipped the scalings entirely, or more accurately, multi-rebirths, and then Paris update came in. But let's not forget the Great Ape glitch, to where everybody was using that too. Let's not forget about that Great Ape. Let's not forget about that Great Ape. Let's not forget about that. Only thing comes to mind is the Mortal King. That's not the word. You're not gonna lie, I'm already feeling slow on reps. Yeah, those reps gonna kick in. Like I said, those reps gonna kick in, and it's 2 XP, y'all. It is 2 times XP. So when that 2 times XP is removed, yeah. And I know some people are saying, well, the 2 XP is probably gonna stay on there most of the time, but that's not good either, because we already are looking at a 2x. We are already looking for a 2 XP, unaware that we got the talents a long time ago. Remember, without the talents, we felt real normal XP. And then when we got the talents for the first time, everything felt like, oh, it feels like 2 XP. And then, oh, 2 XP is coming in the weekends. Whoa, this feels super different now. And so now 2 XP is on now, and we're getting too used to 2 XP. If that 2 XP stays on too long, we'll become accustomed to it. And then when it's removed, everybody's go like, what? What happened? Yeah, everybody, ooh-wee. I'm telling you, it's not. That's why Papa Pingo had it in a system way, to where it was every weekend. Just every weekend, and then it would stop and close, boom, just like that. You had your normal XP, then your 2 XP, and then normal XP, 2 XP, normal XP, 2 XP. Not just 2 XP, and then just extend like that. Otherwise, people get real used to the 2 XP, and then, ooh-wee. The rest is history. The rest is history. And yeah, you definitely don't want to start. Don't want to stat grind. Like I said, people already have a lot of stats, right? Bunch of stats. But if you try stat grinding, nah, you won't like it. You will not like it. You will not like it. You will like that you still retain the stats, but now you got to have a choice whether to keep the stats that you have or rebirth. Things will be different. I just realized there was no form stacking in back because they put it in the update log. Where are we? Oh, we're up a little bit more. Let me catch up to y'all. 1 billion who? Yeah, GG. Someone just said in my server, they're 166 quintillion. Yeah, that's a lot. Too much. They're like zooming. Yeah, I don't know how zooming that is, to be honest. That is zooming. Silence. Let's try to catch the sun. It's real nice. If they want to add, oh, you're talking about the sunrise. If they want to add more bosses and builds, they got to make the map bigger. Like I said, I would just suggest the worlds, different worlds, and then the scaling is based on the worlds, not the bosses. Instead of just crowding builds again, because we don't want to crowd. We really don't want to crowd builds again, because nah. No, we don't want to crowd builds again. Don't want the crowded. Yeah. D-Blaze, what's up? Is the game back to normal? The game is back to is playable now. The game is back to 2024. A Beast Go On update. Only difference is that whatever stats that you had yesterday is still here in the past. We went back into the past, but you still have everything. It depends on how you take it. Some people are happy about this update. I'm kind of in the middle about it. I'm kind of like, I don't like how this is going forward in terms of like. Now, the reason why I say that is in terms of how things will move forward and how everybody will react to the difference now of rebirths, of one rebirth, and the time that it takes to get that one rebirth versus the instant, especially multi-rebirths, right? Multi-rebirths. That's why I'm in the middle of it. That's because I'm trying to see how things will move forward. But my usual motto is, when it drops, it drops. When it drops, it drops. Yeah, people out there in the trillions like stack grinders. No, not trillions. No, 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 not trillions. Quintillions from yesterday. Quintillions and quads. Trillions is no longer like, especially quadrillions and quintillions. They're running around. They are running around. Now that everything's back to the way, yeah, now that everything's back to the way it was, I'm gonna tell you right now, since everything is back to the way it was, you asked, oh Chris, do you think you'll like grind up to 1 quadrillion? No, no, I will not. It'll take a bunch of months, close to a year even, bunch of months. 1 quad, even if you say 1.2 or 1.5 or 2 quad, years, or maybe a couple months, a year, maybe a year and a couple months. With this rebirth here, 31,000. Yes, I am not joking. My knowledge is based on 2024's. So now that we're back in the past in the rebirths, I can tell you right now that the amount of time that it'll take you to get to a certain amount of quadrillions, if you say, oh, I'm gonna go for 100 quadrillion at 31,000 rebirths, yeah, good luck. That's gonna take you half a decade, or maybe a decade itself, 10 years tops, or 5 years. If you're very consistent, you might get it 2 to 3 years or 4 years, but that's every single day. And then we're talking about based on what other updates are gonna come in the future. It's like I'm in an idle animation form, but what is the rebirth glitch? Whatever the rebirth glitch, I forgot what it was. All I know is that there was a grade 8 rebirth like glitch that was like, you know, like that happened. But there were a lot of rebirth glitches in the past. What was the Paris update about? I quit DB before I even knew. The only glitch I know is grade 8. Now the Paris update is when everybody was able to get 5k rebirths a day. I was not present at that time. When I heard about that, I was like, nah, I'm good. My rebirth stayed at 28,000 until basically recently, and then that's when I started realizing that there was the multi rebirth that you can get. So I was getting 5 rebirths like per session, because it was like we was doing Vegeta God Destruction, and then after Vegeta God Destruction we would go straight to Whis at the time, and then we would do about maybe 2 to 3 Whis, and 2 to 3 Whis or 4 Whis, however it goes, will give me like 5 rebirths. Now of course you can go higher than that, but at the point I wanted to do 5 rebirths because that's different, that's built different. 5 rebirths a session, so boom, 5, 5, and 5. So we got that up to like 31,000 to what we have right now. So that's really the bit difference. So if we were to really went back in time to 2024, with our stats like not returned and our stats back to 2024 of how it was at that time, I would have been at what, 28,000 still, because it's been a long time since I've been at 28,000. So it wouldn't have been too much of a difference, even though that's like 3,000 there right there. But then again, you do have this still lurking around here. This does need to be, I'm telling you, this right here needs to be changed. This right here needs to be changed to 1 rebirth right here. I'm telling you, this right here. We're back in 2024 now, but this here, I'm telling you, somebody's gonna find a way to 300 plus rebirths for 1,000 Robux. You may be thinking, whoa, that is a lot of, no, whoa, hold on. Because in the past, it used to be 1 rebirth in 1,000. This thing says 300. 300. So think about it. Oh, I got like, what? From your job, like $100. You put $100 in, you get like what? 3,000 rep gain. And to this update, that's a lot. and it helps a lot. Change this to 1. The reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of stuff is just gonna keep. We fixed something. We fixed everything of the lag, but now we really gotta. Be on the move now. We really gotta be on the move. Otherwise, things are gonna start collapsing. Time collapse. So yeah, it's gonna be a time collapse, just like the last update. It was called what? Time collapse of the title. Time collapse. Yeah, it's gonna be a time collapse. If we like, we really gotta be on. We gotta be on the roll. We gotta be on the roll now, because everything's collapsing now. We went back to the past, but everybody's still zooming around the quads and quintillions now. Things are different. They're gonna be like, wow, I'm zooming around in the quads and quintillions, but then, oh wait, I realized that I can't get more stats because it takes too long. Collapse. I'm not understanding. So we're literally in time collapse mode. Yeah, that's the perfect title, because the last update was time collapse. I'm telling you, we're staying true to the title. So I'm glad they brought back 2024 GPU, because I didn't enjoy the newer versions due to the lag. Yep, there was lag there, so it's good that we have this map returned. We just gotta figure out what we're gonna do forward based on the players and how things are in terms of the rebirths and stuff like that, especially the shop. The grade 8 update, we've used the glitched. What 8 glitch? Like I said, I don't know much about it. All I know is that I heard about it, and I heard about what the games were. Like I said, I was inactive. I was in ground DBU at that time. Getting about 7K, maybe less. Ooh-wee. Since we grinding slow, I guess I'm going back to fusing. Let's see. I need to catch up to y'all, to the chat. It was a grade 8 update where you join new server, and then the grade 8 spawn, you enter route requirements. The grade 8 glitch wasn't like a rev glitch, but more of a stats glitch. The rev requirement to enter 8 was 50 billion. I had my alt, which had 20 trillion, infused with my main, and didn't want to tap on the boss. Rebirth for 5,000. Depends, Chris. Some of us are OGs to this game, and the newer players now aren't used to this, but they will eventually if they continue playing this game. Yeah, it's like I said, that 2XP though. That 2XP and it being removed, it needs to be like a, you know, like a weekly thing or something like that. Might start playing again. Oh, you saying the stuff that they added? Oh, you talking about the Ultra Ego? What? No, not Ultra Ego. Ultra Vegito stuff, right? Or any of the new stuff that was. It kind of just like messed with the whole power scaling, because they like we didn't know where to move forward from that. That's why I said the worlds, the scaling based on worlds will help a ton. It's more of a stats before we had the enter fee of 50 billion while rejoining a new server. You can enter without stats requirement. Went back into the past. Where's just world? We went back in 2020. Yeah, we went back into the past, but we went back into 2024. They said they need to add more hairstyles, unfortunately. More hairstyles? Yeah, we do need more hairstyles, I think. I don't think there was hairstyles added, but we did have like clothes added, but I don't know if, yeah, that's right. The clothes, all the clothes been reverted back, if I'm not mistaken. We need to check the clothes. Where we at in terms of ribs? Oh, I was at Wukong. We do need to check and see if the clothes are there, but y'all probably inform me whether the clothes are back or not by the time I even get a chance to see. My feel for the new players getting rebirths at 200 rebirths in the OGTU, no talents. Well, where's the music? Where's the music? Can y'all hear the music? Music still should be hearing. I used to play every single day when I was in high school. The form glitch works, by the way. Tired of it. 300 rebirths is crazy. What is that? Why can you buy 300 rebirths? Earners for 1,000 Robux. Wasn't it 1? Yeah, it was supposed to be 1. Now that people have seen it, it's gonna change now. People are gonna be looking exactly that. People are gonna be going straight to that shop, and they're gonna be buying exactly that. They're gonna go straight to the shop. They're gonna go straight to the shop because, like I said, everything's changed now. So they're gonna look at that shop, and they'll be like, "Ooh." I'm like, "No, you ain't slick. You know, we see you. We just hope we can change that 300 to a 1. We see you. So we see you. I wanted to see behind the scenes with the game, but I don't know about the code in. Scholar Super Saiyan 2 glitch. Yep, Scholar Super Saiyan 2. Still got my business suit. Drippy. Nice. Oh, so you still got your business suit. It's a good question to check and see. Since we basically did hit the mark, we after this rebirth. Well, we're not gonna rebirth yet. We're gonna check Earth real quick, and then afterwards we'll wrap it up from there. We've been in chatting mode. It's pretty fun though. It's fun though. It's fun though. Much appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like the stream if y'all enjoying the revert of the update. I'll see if I can do a video. Do a video just explain how everything is pretty much back to the way it is, so that way people are more informed about it. It does feel nice. Everything just feels nice and smooth, no lag. That's the one real good thing I can like say about it. Like one real good thing I can say about it is that the smoothness, everything is pretty much back from there. So it's really how much rebirths I'm aiming for now? No, we're not aiming for anything. We're just rebirthing. We're rebirthing and chatting, y'all. We're rebirthing chatting. We are not going for no top spot. We're not going for the competitor spot. None of that. We are just chilling. We are just chilling. We are chilling. We are chilling. We're just rebirthing and chatting and checking out the update. It's pretty much we just chatting, catching up on what's been going on, and then yeah. I'm glad the Earth map is like at its size, at this size, of course. Now of course we had a smaller size than this one, but then again, it is refreshing to see everything back. Yeah, we're about to wrap it up. We can check and see. Let's see here. Oh wow. So yeah, so you can keep so they don't have the stuff. So if you have your outfit, if you still have your outfit from the last update, you best keep that on, because if you try to change it, you won't be able to find your other outfits, because somebody already said that they still have their business suit. So keep that business suit on. So keep that business suit on. If you still have that business suit, if you still have your suits and new clothes from last update, might as well hold on to that, because don't try to change your outfit. Don't try to change your outfit. Do not try to change your outfit, because these are from 2024 outfits. If you have the new outfits, then you have the new outfits. You really have the new outfits. It's pretty much, you have an exclusive outfit now. Exclusive. Full exclusive. Full exclusive. Full exclusive. Full exclusive. Alright, Kmar. Yeah, we're about to wrap it up too. Detail abused the rep glitches, so now you're the strongest legit grinder in DBU without using glitches. I have no idea, because no, I'm not the strongest. I'm not the strongest rebirth grounder. Because like I said, the people used even though we're not we're discarding the glitches and stuff like that, we still have the Paris update. That wasn't a glitch. That actually was something that happened. And then you had the multi rebirths as well, that people were able to gain hundreds of thousands, 70k, stuff like that. So I am not the strongest legit grinder. I don't know who's the strongest legit grinder, because like I said, we don't know in terms of like the leaderboard, in terms of who's like the strongest and how to rescale that, because the multi rebirths made it very difficult for that. But hopefully with everything reverted back, we can see if we can like get everybody's like stats and rebirths at a scale. And now that rebirth is at 1, it's much easier to be able to track, be like, all right, we got this person from the benefits of this update. They got like hundreds of thousands of rebirths, or maybe 70,000. So they got 70,000 rebirths here. Boom, boom, boom. So there could be another leaderboard made, or something like that. A fan made leaderboard. I don't know if a DB official server will do that. I highly doubt that, but fan made leaderboard I can see happening if they want to. But we need to see what happens moving forward, especially when it comes to tomorrow or something like that. How tomorrow works or how tomorrow looks and stuff. Detail got banned. Yeah, his unfortunately his Roblox, like his actual Roblox account got banned. Like his actual Roblox account got banned. It had nothing to do with DBU or anything of sorts. It was just Roblox. I don't know like what specifically. All I know is that he received the message like, you know, like recently, of course, like maybe weeks ago or something like that. But the where it was said it was reviewed and stuff like that, it said it was reviewed all the way back to 2024 of like maybe September or something like that. So this was been reviewed up to, from 2024 September, and then all of a sudden banned, like terminated, like no take back seas, no nothing, just boom, just like that. So that was very unfortunate and very weird too. I don't know. Usually, do y'all know if there's any type of way to retrieve that? Because I have no idea. I have zero clue in how to retrieve it back. Either if you try to get into contact with them, but I have no idea. As just as a new last update. Yeah, I see. But man, that is unfortunate. But guys, we are going to wrap things up here. Indeed, much appreciated. If you guys new to the channel, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed the update to what it is. I will be eventually releasing a video, just pretty much like re-showing everything that the update is back, talk for a little bit, and then we'll just wrap things up from there. But anyway, guys, thank y'all for watching, and Chris Quick out. Peace.